Hello there, people of the Anglo-Saxon Germanic Norse layout of the Adesata, people of Fanes of the Fernsida, also people of my YouTube channel of Yorman Rich Nicholson. I am Yorman Rich Nicholson, and today I know I said there weren't going to be my group on the Adesata. I know that I said that, excuse me, I'm in a bit of a lazy day today. I know I said there weren't going to be any Havermall quotes today, but due to unforeseen change of my my shieldmaiden, my friend, not being able to make it to stay with me today due to stuff going on at home, I figured I had the time. So you guys are in luck today as well. It's tomorrow. Today I will read you another two quotes every day, most days of the week you'll be getting now from the Havermall, and I will read to you. We are now on chapter 30 and 31 of the Havermall. So, hold on a sec. I'm in the middle of something, Dad. Oh yeah, that can wait. Sorry about that. My Dad's got chores, so I've got 24 hours in a day and he wants it doing now. But anyway, back onto the quotes of the Havermall. Sorry about that. So we'll get on to this so I can, so we can push on with the day. So welcome everybody. So chapter 30 of the Havermall, here we go, and I'll try and break it down into a more modern context. This is all Thorpe's version, by the way. For a gazing stock no man shall have another, although he comes stronger to his house. Any one think himself wise, if he not questioned, and can sit in joy habit. So it's basically, I think, what it's saying about guys in stock is you can bring in good goods and crop, and it's basically saying next time you go and do it, it's depending on the elements and nature of our forebears and finance today. You might not have a good round on the next time you go out to do your shopping, or back then when you got your crop, depending on the nature of the stock. Although he came stronger to his house, so although you come a wealthier man back to your house, and your kin or whoever you're living with might think you wise, so they see you very good for doing it. And obviously today the one's working, bringing the income, so if he not questioned and can sit and enjoy habits. So obviously many thinking wise, so everybody's grateful that he's brought in the stock, and if he not questioned can sit and enjoy habit. So I think it's basically saying, workers go out, they farmed in the days of our forebears, and they brought back the crop, and today in the modern aspects, you go to work in this, in this horrible system, especially we have here in England. I don't know about in the mainland or anywhere else in Midlands, but we've got quite a ridiculous system here. I won't go into politics, but here in England, in Britannia, Albion, whatever it is to you, we've got quite a bad working system, and we have to go out and work. The work system it's not good wherever you go, and it's basically just saying, they're wise because they go out and pull the task off. Our forebears did when they farmed. They see them wise, and don't question. They're not to be questioned because they're the ones doing it. And sit enjoy habits. So I'll read chapter 30 again as it stands. For a guise in stock, no man shall have another. Although he comes stronger to his house, many one think himself wise if he not questioned. And let me just move that. Sorry about this. I have to ram adverts down. So this is the system we live in. It's an agenda. But when they're keeping out of politics, you can't even listen to a bit of background music without some unnecessary rubbish being shoved down your throat. Well, no, we don't want Patron Perish. He's not very traditional now, is he? Come on. Well, he's a great singer, he's a great metal singer, but he's not what we're doing now, is he? We're trying to keep Anglo-Saxon spiritually, yeah? Oh, come on. And it's having a spaz, right. Always has a spaz, doesn't it? Right, okay. Or is it just booting up? Maybe it's just... Is it... Oh no, I've muted it and all because of the advert. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. I'll tell you what, these adverts do more nutting. I'm using I'm using YouTube for the background music, and for those who ain't got premium, as you know, it'll just ram adverts down your throat. It's ridiculous. But anyway, enough with that. On to the next chapter. So I'll read chapter 30 again before I was so really interrupted by the nothingness. For a guise in stock, no man shall have another. It says shield, but it is meant to be shall. It was the spell check. No man shall have another. Although he came stranger to his house, many think himself wise, if he not questioned, and can sit enjoy habits. And that is chapter 30, and I just broke that down before YouTube started going all mental on me. Chapter 31 goes like this. Clever thinks himself, the guest who jeers at a guest. If he talks to flight, knows it's not certainly he who prats at meat, whatever he babbles among foes. So let's break this down. Clever thinks himself, the guest who jeers at a guest. So you've got two guests in your half. Obviously one of the 9 noble virtues, hospitality. You're trying to give them good hospitality. You've got two guests that probably ain't getting on or don't get on. He takes the flight, so they start arguing. Knows it's not certainly that he's going to overcome, the better side. He who prats at meat. So he's talking while eating his food, basically. Whatever he babbles among foes. So let's break this down a bit slower. Clever, he thinks himself, the guest who jeers. So he thinks he's being clever. He thinks he's funny because he's sat there taunting another guest. He's probably drunk as well. And there is, as we go deeper into the Havermall, there is more about you getting over drunk and Woden not approving it. The guest who jeers at a guest, if he takes the flight, so if he starts getting rowdy, knows it's not certainly, so he's not gonna, there's a chance he might not overcome what he's trying to achieve. He prats at meat, so he's prattling about. He prats at, the table, the circle, whatever. Whether he babbles among foes. It's basically saying someone's getting too big for their boots in the hospitality they're being given, starts upsetting another guest, and he's not overcoming what he's trying to get over. Basically, he's in the wrong, because the rest of the people in abundance to after this half not agreeing with him, or they're laughing at him and just thinking he's talking crap, basically, talking trash, to put it in a bit of a nicer, less sweary term. So that's pretty much chapter 30 and 31. So I'll read 31 again. It's basically don't act cocky in someone else's presence. Clever thinks himself, the guest who jeers at a guest. If he takes the flight, knows he's not certainly he who prats at meat, whether he babbles among foes. It's basically just saying, know your wits, or don't start talking trash in someone else's company when there's a good chance that you're going to be the one to be made look stupid. And that's basically what chapter 31 of the Havermall says. And Woden's basically telling you that as well. Even if there's someone, in the company you don't get on with, you have to know your wits, you have to know your debate, you have to know your argument. Because if you don't, you can look like a fool. Woden really gets at that quite a bit in the Havermall in quite a few many ways. So yeah, I thought I'd tell you guys that the lessons in this book are fantastic, and it's all religious knowledge and knowing, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying reading it along with you guys. It helps me study and remember these things. And there's a bit of there's been a bit of conflict in one of my corners of element of my life, football, but I won't go deep into it. And it makes you look into these lessons. It makes you look deeper into spirituality, and and the lessons the Alfeda wants you to know. But sometimes I like to turn my back on the modern problems, and God knows there are a lot of them in this land at the moment. And I'll look to the path. The path is a huge part of my life. The other one being my kid and my girlfriend, and obviously my close. And when I say friends, my true friends. You know what I mean? And of course my half at Clingers Half, but they're part of my spiritual path, but they're also good friends. Clingers Half, friends of fancy there. They're very good friends as well, but they are religiously part of my spiritual path as well, of the Anglican. But so they're true friends. Obviously, I've got true friends at football, so not as much, I guess you could say, at the moment, if that makes sense. Then I've got my kin, and I've got my partner who I love dearly. And by kin, that goes to my uncle, my cousins, my mum's side, my nan, as well as the other three members in this household. But yeah, but then you got to turn your back and you got to go into the more spiritual, religious side, especially when you need to calm down or get away from all this modern crap going on. There's a lot of dark in Angleland, unfortunately, at the moment. The country's way too expensive, just in price rate, again, going into politics, and it makes everybody sad, angry, miserable. It's, we've got to look to the good things, and for me, that is all this. It's this path, it is Anglican, it is the old ways, it is our forebears, Fanes of the Fernsida, my layout that I'm part of, and my half of Clingers Half, and the time half with my partner, although sadly she can't be here with me today. But keep your heads high, guys, because one day we'll have to fight, and when we do fight, things will be better, until the final days of Orlegston, known as Ragnarok. So the final battle, or the final days, or what's that word for it, or Judgment Day, some would call. I think that's a more Christian term for it, though. But yeah, well, I suppose there was judgment in our ways as well. But anyway, that's all for today. Watsu hal, drink ale, drink ale, drink ale. I hope you all have a lovely fun Oars Day. it's nearly the weekend again now. So it's free day tomorrow, I've got to work. Then Saturday I'm meeting up with one of my true friends, two of my true friends, and obviously probably the bruv, for a few beers. And then Sunday, got to work. But hopefully it'll go well. But anyway, what's so hard, everyone? Let's look to the good things ahead that we can get. I'm looking forward to, when is the date? I forget now. It's the 13th, which is a Saturday. I look forward to becoming a lairdsman of my half and laird. Truly being now sworn into something that is part of me, truly part of my path. And I look forward to doing that and seriously becoming one with the God. I know I am anyway, but truly swearing proper meaningful oath. And it's free as well. There's no payment involved in this. It's our laird it's free to worship. You don't have to pay for it or nothing. It's, as long as you're of the blood and of the path, you can come to a Clingis half or friends offended. Glass of hell, drink hell. Bye bye for now, everybody.